Hello, Oilers fans. Welcome to today's pregame report where the Oilers take on the Nashville Predators at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And for the Edmonton Oilers, they're going to be without Connor McDavid for the next 2 to 3 weeks. So it's time for a lot of players on this team to step up, show what they're made of, and prove to everyone that this is not a one-man show. That goes for Leon Draisaitl, Zach Hyman, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Evan Bouchard, pretty much anyone that's part of that power play Unit 1. It's time for this team to come together as a group here. This could be a rallying point of the season. This could be a turning point where this entire group individually and collectively goes, you know what? Let's figure this out together. Let's go on a run. And, when Connor McDavid comes back, let's put ourselves in a good position in the NHL standings so that when he does come back, we can go nuclear together on our way to the playoffs. However, because this is the Oilers, this could easily backfire. This team could lose 10-0 tonight. I don't actually know. This team is completely unpredictable right now. You never know what team you're going to get in the spirit of Halloween. This is a Jekyll and Hyde type team. So hopefully the Oilers come out strong. Hopefully they get a big win tonight and they get themselves back to 500 and try and build a little bit on their game. Of course, it starts in net, who no matter who's playing in goal, whether it's Calvin Pickard or Stuart Skinner tonight, needs some saves. Big thing right now, this team needs saves, and they need players to put the puck in the net too. I've never seen a team with this much offensive talent just not be able to score. And like I said in my day after discussion and post games earlier in the year, once some of these players start scoring, these floodgates are just going to explode. And there's going to be so many goals getting scored for the Oilers. I will say, though, credit to other teams that have played Edmonton. I think they have some scouting reports on certain guys, not allowing them to get as comfortable as they usually are in these scoring chances, especially players like Zach Hyman, who, yes, he's been around the blue paint. He's had some looks, but it really does seem like goaltending has kind of figured him out. They have an idea of what he's going to do. And also defenders, they're very hard on him on the power play. He's not able to get those backdoor looks in the crease, so the Oilers have to change some things up. Friendly reminder before I get into all the stats and numbers and fun facts and all that good stuff in this video, I will be live streaming the game tonight. I will be going live at around 6 p.m. Mountain, maybe 5:45. We're going to do a live stream commentary. It's going to be so much fun. It is Halloween. I don't think I have anything to actually dress up in. However, I encourage everyone to tell me your favorite Halloween costume or your favorite Halloween moment in the comment section below. And after the game, I will be co-hosting with Avery from Avery Sports Show over on the Game Over Network for Game Over Edmonton. We'll be doing Game Over Edmonton together tonight as co-hosts, and I'm very much looking forward to that. So hopefully the Oilers have a big win, and we're talking a lot of positives after this game, and not as many negatives as it seems like this team makes me want to talk about. So let's get into the lineups, and then we'll get into the stats, facts, and all the fun stuff before I get into my game day prediction. So the lineup tonight. Now, these lines were posted by Bob Stauffer yesterday on Twitter. Now, Vasily Podkolzin, Leon Draisaitl, Victor Arvidsson, line one. That line has, for the most part, played pretty well together. Podkolzin's been sniffing around it. He's due for a goal. Draisaitl's game has really picked up over the last week or two. And same with Victor Arvidsson. Draisaitl and Arvidsson together, I don't mind this if this is your top line, if this is who you're going to run for 19, 20 minutes tonight from the forward group. I think it looks good. We do need a little bit of offense from Podkolzin, but he does the little things right, and I do like that he brings a physical edge to this team. Nobody in that forward group hits anybody other than Vasily Podkolzin, so I'd like to see just a little bit more physicality from this group. Second line, we'll have Jeff Skinner with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Zach Hyman. Now, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins has had a just horrific start to the season, whether it's from producing offense or puck possession or anything to do with his on-ice metrics. He has been a black hole. He is one of the worst forwards on this entire team right now in the advanced metrics, expected goals for, that sort of thing. So to play with Jeff Skinner and Zach Hyman, RNH has a really big opportunity here to embrace a second line center role and help this team produce some offense. For Jeff Skinner, he got off to a pretty good start to the season. He scored earlier this year against Nashville. Looking for him to get back in the goal column as well. He's been having lots of chances. Again, just like the rest of this forward group, they're just not able to put the puck in the net right now. And Zach Hyman still sitting at 0 goals on the year in 10 games. Completely unacceptable. If this team wants to find any form of success moving forward here, especially without Connor McDavid in the lineup. Zach Hyman's got to get on the scoreboard, and he's got to do it tonight. We got to start tonight. Matthias Janmark with Adam Henrique and Connor Brown. This line has been horrifyingly bad. Henrique and Brown together have not been very good. This line in general this season has regressed entirely from the postseason, which makes sense because in the playoffs, they were riding like a 110 PDO, and you knew that regression was going to come. They prioritized signing these guys back, bringing back the gang. You know, you want to reward the guys that got you to a Stanley Cup final, but sometimes you got to look at the PDO. Sometimes you got to look at the advanced metrics, and you've got to realize what is sustainable, what is not. Those three have not been sustainable. They've regressed heavily. They seem like they're on the ice for a goal against or two every single game, and we need more from that third line if this team is going to start winning games. Fourth line. Now, I'm excited to talk about the fourth line. So Derek Ryan, Noah Philp, and Corey Perry. I didn't even touch on who was called up yesterday for Edmonton. Noah Philp and Drake Caggiula were called up for the Oilers. Noah Philp looks like he will slot into that fourth line center position. I don't know if Drake Caggiula will get into the lineup, but I do truly believe that Drake Caggiula was called up as well because they didn't have to call up two forwards. They only really needed one, and that's to cover a center position with McDavid out. But I truly believe Drake Caggiula was called up to put some pressure on your bottom six forwards, your Janmark, your Ryan, your Brown, your Corey Perry, guys that aren't scoring, they're not producing. No offense to Corey Perry. I actually think Corey Perry's played well this season. He does have a goal and an assist. He had a goal taken back earlier in the year. Drake Caggiula, I think he's there, and I think that's just to light a fire under some of these other players' butts and get them in motion here, because another game of Derek Ryan doing nothing, another game of Janmark going -2, another game of Connor Brown going -2 with no goals. I mean, at some point, Drake Caggiula is going to get in, and you never know. You never know how he'll embrace that opportunity as well. So this is, like I said at the start of the video, a lot of guys got to get going right now, and offensively, it has not been good enough. And for Drake Caggiula, if he happens to play tonight, make sure that that would be my player to watch if he is playing. I don't think he's going to be. There has not been an official lineup confirmation as of the recording of this video. He was the odd man out during practice, during line rushes, so we'll see. On defense, you'll have Ekholm with Bouchard, who have been the best defensive pair by a mile on this team. Second pair, I guess they're going to go Dermott with Nurse again. That's who was together in practice yesterday in line rushes. I don't understand this at all. Nurse and Stetcher are fine. They're not great, but Nurse and Dermott have been just horrifically bad together. They are awful. Neither of them seem to know where they need to be on the ice at any given moment when they're together. So to take Stetcher out, to put Dermott in just to play him with Darnell Nurse, I would prefer at this point you honestly move like Bouchard down or Emberson up. If you're trying to figure out who can play with Darnell Nurse, I would just try and insulate him and give him the best possible D partner to do that. Travis Dermott is not that guy. He's not that player that can play second pair minutes. That's just not who he is at this stage of his career. He should be, a guy like Dermott would optimally be on the third pair on his left side. So I don't know what the coaching staff is doing here. Keep an eye out on that D pair tonight for some interesting hockey, and for Darnell Nurse too. It's just not good enough. He has 0 goals this season. He's at like a -6, I think. I think he's a team worst -6. It's nowhere near good enough, and I'm not in any way blaming Darnell Nurse or singling him out because I've called out a ton of other players. But the fact that this team keeps trying to find ways to play Nurse or play players with Nurse to shelter him, maybe at this point, it's time to take Darnell Nurse out of the lineup for a game. I will say Darnell Nurse, the physicality that he's been bringing and the feistiness, that tenacity he's been fighting, that's good. Those are good signs. But when it comes to 5-on-5 play and on the penalty kill, we need more. We need more from everyone in that D group. I don't want to single him out, but for someone that makes the money that he does, and I don't talk about it a lot because it is what it is, and we can't do anything about it other than do our best with the situation, we need more from Darnell Nurse. Third pair, Kulak and Emberson. I think they've been a great pair. They have like a 65 expected goals share. So together, that pair is good. I like how they play. Hopefully they can continue their strong play together and keep building their game. In net, it sounds like Calvin Pickard will get the start. However, again, keep an eye out for the official media guys for the Oilers. Calvin Pickard was in the starters net yesterday. That doesn't mean he's starting today. That could be another coaching thing where they're trying to put a little bit of pressure on Skinner to do a little bit better and, light a fire under his butt, motivate him a little bit more. Not that Skinner needs motivated. He's a very competitive guy, but Stuart Skinner has not been good enough this season. Just when you think he's turning his game around, he plays like he did against Columbus, and it's just nowhere near good enough at the moment. Now, let's finally get into the game day predictions. On the left of the screen, if you're watching right now, Nashville stats. On the right is the Oilers. If you are listening on Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, I will go through these stats with you. So the Nashville Predators, expected goals for 51.46%, which ranks 12th in the NHL. Their power play is sitting at 18.2%, which ranks 19th. Their penalty kill is sitting at a whopping 93.1%, which ranks first in the NHL. So if the Oilers get a power play, I highly doubt they're going to be able to score on this penalty kill unit for Nashville. Nashville's score is 2.56 goals per game, which ranks 28th. They give up 3.44 goals against per game, which is 23rd. Their Corsi for is sitting at 4th in the league at 53.94%. Shots for percentage sitting at 6th in the NHL at 53.30%. Yes, that is something that I added to this screen, this little graphic, where they rank league wide. That was something I was waiting until about the 10 game mark for a lot of these teams so that we have a better idea of where they're sitting and where they could project and what areas need to improve for whoever the Oilers are playing. On the right of the screen, the Edmonton Oilers, they are 4-5-1, hoping to get back to 500. Their expected goals for ranks 4th in the NHL at 55.02% at 5-on-5. Their power play is sitting at a paltry 13.8%, which is 27th in the league. Their penalty kill is sitting dead last at 62.1%. They are only scoring 2.2 goals per game, which ranks 31st. They give up 3.5 goals per game, which ranks 26th. Somehow that is not dead last in the league. You could have fooled me. You could have, someone could have said that was dead last in the league and I would have believed them. That is too many goals against per game and not enough goals for. Their Corsi for is second in the NHL at 58%. Their shots for percentage is second as well at 57.55%. So when we take a look at these numbers here, the Edmonton Oilers, they have good 5-on-5 metrics, but their special teams are incredibly poor and they're not getting goaltending and they're not putting the puck in the net. There are so many issues with this team. Maybe it's unfair of me to even talk about Darnell Nurse in the last screen because there are so many things from the crease to the blue line to the forward group that is going wrong for Edmonton. They've got to get this thing figured out. They've got to start righting the ship because you will eventually approach American Thanksgiving at the end of the month. And if you are not in a playoff position, historically, that means you're not going to make the playoffs. Now, the Oilers seem to be the outlier. Seems like they aren't in a playoff position or they're right on that bubble by American Thanksgiving, and then they go on a crazy second half run. We can't expect that from this group. We can't expect that from a hockey team every single year. This team has got to get back on track starting tonight. Player to watch, Leon Draisaitl. He has absolutely decimated the Nashville Predators throughout his career, especially the last several seasons. Leon Draisaitl, player to watch. My score prediction, though, I'm going to say Nashville 4-3 in overtime. I think the Oilers, without Connor McDavid, it's going to take a little bit of time to find a rhythm, a groove, an attacking formation. I do think a couple players are going to get off the schneid. They're going to get a goal. This is going to be a close game. It'll go to overtime, but I think Nashville's going to come out on top. Nashville has been playing much, much better as of recently, and it's going to be a tough matchup for Edmonton. However, that doesn't mean I want the Oilers to lose. You know what? I really hope they win, but I want to also know your game day predictions in the comments section below. Let me know who your player to watch is. Let me know your score prediction, and let me know your thoughts on Noah Philp being called up for Edmonton. And like I said, and at the start of the video, I will be hosting Game Over Edmonton tonight after the game on the Game Over Edmonton YouTube channel, so make sure you're subscribed over there. But on my channel here, Austin Hockey, on this channel, I will be doing a live stream commentary throughout the entire game. I cannot wait. We're going to have so much fun. Happy Halloween, Oil Country. We'll see you tonight. Take care. Hit that like button. Hit subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. And of course, tell someone that you love them. Fight like a kid. Fight like Ben. Let's go, Oilers.